Hey there. Gonna be making a few videos, maybe do some on Facebook posts because some things are easier to type, but basically, I'm kind of tired of comedians using um, or crying about cancel culture when they're being absolute fucking sociopathic monsters and acting like people are just mad about their jokes. So I'm gonna cancel Bobby for, making fun of somebody for being suicidal and then uh, crying about how Bobby himself, of course, is the victim. Um, I've kind of only seen it in bits and pieces, and I don't want to watch this whole fucking podcast with them because I used to really like Bobby Lee, but after I realized that if you think Bobby's a victim, he's funny. But once you realize Bobby is a fucking bully and he's been doing it for a long time now, when you roll back the clock there and you kind of look at his history, Bobby Lee's the guy in the orange hat there. He used to be really funny on Mad TV. Oh, him and his Daewoo. They were so funny. Tank and his Daewoo. He basically got fucked over. This whole thing is going to be about how toxic the community of comedians has become. And when I say the comedians, like they're a culture, it's because they've grouped together into this echo chamber, the cancel culture echo chamber. Um, which, on that note, I would actually like to thank I believe her name is Sophie. I can't remember the last name. There's a Canadian comedian who just recently apologized for a joke. Oh my god. She was joking about how Catholics are anti-abortion, but they want to cover up the fact that they killed children at Canadian residential schools. And so she basically made a joke about how, oh, Catholics like finding their way around rules, those little loopholes. And so if she wanted to have an abortion, she should have the child and then bury it at a residential school, which is a really dark joke. So when she accidentally offended the victims of those crimes, because of course she was an ally to the victims and trying to make fun of the people she perceived as the people hurting those people, she made it clear that she wasn't joking at the victims, that she was making a joke at the expense of the larger authority that she believed hurt those people. But now I just wanted to say thank you to that comedian for just saying sorry like a human being instead of crying, wah, wah, cancel culture, wah, wah. Twitter isn't a real space, ignoring the real feelings of people online. And on that note, um, the stage is a real place. Oh, my dog's getting upset because my dog doesn't know why I'm talking to a thing like a camera. Come here, little girl. Look at her. She's so cute. But yeah, so this isn't. I'm gonna be going after a lot of comedians because a lot of them need to be canceled. Because I don't like using the word criticized or exposed or calling people on their bullshit because they don't like the term canceled. So like they make the word heckler to criticize people. They made a slur to criticize people who criticize them. I call them hecklers. So I like the word cancel. I like when people make words that just intentionally flare people up. If you want to see a good documentary, watch the documentary called Heckler. That was when I first went on the road to realizing that all your favorite comedians, the ones that you have the most respect for, with the exception of George Carlin, because from what I can tell, he's not a whiny fucking baby. Where every other tough, edgy comedian basically cries because it's the idea that someone would interrupt them when they're talking. Someone interrupted me while I was saying a joke. That means they're a horrible person and I should use like an amplified speaker system to degrade them in public. Yeah, I don't like stand-up comedians. I think if you have your own theater and you want to fucking film yourself, do whatever you want. But when you're presenting yourself to the public and then you act like a fucking dictator and I don't know, what's an example of the single worst thing a comedian has done on stage? I don't know. Didn't Dave Chappelle? What did Dave Chappelle do? Oh, no, that's right. He was a victim. He was attacked by a knife. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, wait. What happened to the guy? What happened to the guy who attacked him? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was stomped viciously and mercilessly by security guards. Well, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle made Will Smith jokes. They made those jokes, might have been around the time when the man on stage was having his elbow twisted in the other direction. But remember, those comedians are the victims. The intro has gone on so long, I'm actually going to just make it a separate video because it wasn't supposed to be like that, but I like raw emotions sometimes, because that's what comedy is, isn't it? And you comedians wouldn't want to cancel me because of my raw emotions, would you? You wouldn't want to be hypocrites, would you?